Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I need to change my name. See, that's what happens when you work in a big team. I'm definitely not Stefan. Will it change? It should change. Welcome everyone. It's Friday. It's back to reasonable temperatures, and today I am driving solo. I will be your host today, and it's going to be exciting. How is everyone? I see a few people currently on the stream. Welcome. It's fun to be here. It's been a quiet week. Everyone seems to be off, especially with JP not being in the office. It seems to be quiet, as in quieter. Bacon fork. I am good. Ready for the long weekend. Yes, ready for the long weekend. In fact, I'm only doing the stream today, and my plan is to log off after this one and go and enjoy almost like a 4-day weekend. Do you have any good plans for the long weekend? Are you guys, for the ones that are based in the US, are you celebrating? Do you have fireworks? Do you have barbecues planned? I don't know what the plan is. And for those outside the US, I know that you're not celebrating. So it's the 4th of July in the US, so it's a big deal. And because the 4th of July and falls on a Sunday, they decided to celebrate on a Monday. We don't want to have a lost weekday, do we? So it's gonna be a long weekend for most of us. That's right. Well, I hope you have some nice plans out there. Oh man, it's been interesting. Quiet week, not many news. Well, there's been some amazing news. Enjoy a well-deserved rest. Thank you, Rocketman. You're absolutely right. It will be a well-deserved rest. Am I going to rest? I don't know. I've got some books to read. Planning to spend my my weekend as quietly as possible, although my wife, I think, has different plans for me. You know, the honey-do list. Now they have some downtime, you might as well go and do X. And I have a big list to go and do, so I'll see how I can balance them out. Hit the gym a little bit, have some fun. And I need to doing some, we have to medicate dogs due to fireworks. Oh yes. They do freak out, don't they? I mean, I feel sorry for the poor souls. It's not easy, right? Everybody's freaking out, so I get it. We're not gonna have any fireworks, I think, in Samamis this year, where I'm staying, which is slightly outside of. Man, my beard is all over the place. Which is slightly outside Seattle, on the east side. They didn't do any fireworks last year, and they're not doing any fireworks this year. They also banned the use of fireworks in the Samamis area. So people will either have to go to the mountains or go to some other part of the state to use fireworks. So maybe it's good for the dogs here in Samamis. You might want to join us. So I'm having my 4 to 5 t-shirt today. I'm having my 4 to 5 coffee. And we're ready to go and kick off some things. Now, I said it was a slow week in general in terms of news. 4 to 5 show fireworks. Yes, we should trademark that. And say copyright. I don't know. What do you do? Is it trademark? Should be trademark, right? And then we can just start printing our own 4 to 5 show fireworks and send them out. And with every firework, you have your own identity. Yes. Yeah, very special. Every firework will be its own special snowflake. So, I was saying I was going to talk about the news. And in fact, let me share my screen because this is something that you have to share, not something you have to say. Where's my live studio? Let's see. Share my screen. Yes, I do want to share my screen. Share. And let's enable that so you can see that. I'm super tiny. Let me go in the corner. Is that a good one? I don't know. Which one do you guys prefer? This one on the side. I'll go with this one. I'm tiny. I feel tiny. You know, I miss my my OBS days. I need to set up my OBS. We did a lot of changes on our OBS setup, as you know, and we need to set it up. In fact, we're working. So each shirt would have its own GUID. Yes. Very good, Rocketman. That's a great idea. Well, we're talking about fireworks. So every firework will also have its own GUID. You know, there's no chance of running out of GUIDs, right? Yeah, so news. Have you guys seen this? Have you seen this? CoPilot. GitHub CoPilot. It's an AI-driven pair programming tool. It allows you to write code without writing code. You put the comments in and say, you know what, go and write something for me, and it will go and find the right code for you. I mean, I was quite impressed when I saw that. It used OpenAI behind the scenes. And when I saw that the first time, I was like, wait a minute, Visual Studio and Visual Studio Code already have a similar product called IntelliCode, which was trying to do the same thing, more or less. It was also trained to use your own code base and therefore be more efficient in how it suggests or makes suggestion to write code. But this one is at the next level. Now, it's out to the team internally, and it turns out that they have been working for some time to come up with this tool. So there is a possibility that this takes over from IntelliCode and becomes the de facto tool for using it. It is an extension to VS Code, so right now it only works with VS Code. It supports Python, JavaScript, TypeScript, Ruby, and Go out of the box. Therefore, these are the recommended languages to use with. However, it works with other languages as well. It might not be perfect, but it works. I put the test yesterday with .NET. It was working absolutely fine. Yes, I do have access, early access to this baby. And it's right, you are the pilot, so it writes code, but you have to decide whether you want to choose to use the code or not. You can edit it, you can change it, but the fact that you can add a comment and then it will write the code for you is just insane. Hey, Itras Yist. I have no idea how to pronounce that. Hi, welcome to the stream. Itras. Is it Itras? Yeast? Man, you guys have some tricky handle names, so I apologize if I butcher your name. Yes, GitHub CoPilot is the latest product feature that GitHub released. They have code spaces, which I know a lot of people have been on the waiting list for, and now they released this one, which again has its own waiting list. You have to go and sign up and wait for your turn. However, I have problems with my Ethernet connection. Oh man, that's not good to hear. Yes, Ethernet though? I mean, are you saying that your cable is not working to your router? So 3 things could be happening there. Your Ethernet card, your network card on your PC or your laptop, your cable is faulty, or your Ethernet connection, the RGB45, I think it's your MacBook, MacBook, right? If it's your MacBook, my friend, then you can take it back to the Apple Store, depending on how old it is. Now, if you have an RG45 port in your MacBook, oh, motherboard. Aha, okay. The motherboard? Well, if the RG45 is directly attached to the motherboard, then you can get around it by actually getting just a NIC card and attach to the motherboard. However, if it's the internals of the motherboard, then that could be an issue. Yeah, good luck. I hope you can pin it down and see what the problem is. Yeah, so as I was saying, 4th of July, GitHub dropped the bomb 2 days ago. Everyone is slightly freaking out. People are excited. People are thinking that they're going to lose your job. What do you think? Do you think that AI will write its own code and take over your jobs if you're developers? My personal opinion is that this is probably not going to happen. Code is very special. It's like Snowflake. Every piece of code is very different. I suspect that this will be a good productivity boost for people. However, you will still need to edit and fix and improve things and customize them to your own code. If you were given access to CoPilot, would you use it? Would you be scared of it? Would you be excited? I was excited. I was definitely excited. There was a nice, let's go to YouTube. There was a very nice video from my very good friend and GitHub cloud advocate. What was his name? I'm logging as 45, so what was his name? His name was, it's Damien, is it Damien? Damien, let me see. I'll find it. So he was writing AI with AI. So he was using AI to write his AI, which is so meta. Let's find his video because it's definitely. I'll put a link to the video, obviously, so you don't have to go and look for it. Damien, oh man, what's his name? I'll find it. Don't worry. I'm getting old enough. Damien Brady. Yes, Damien Brady. Damien Brady. DevOps, Damien Brady. Will I see his? There you go. Well, I want his channel though. I don't want his video. Where is he? Damien Brady. How do I find his channel? Video channel. There. Damien Brady. Yeah, I think that's the one because he only has. Oh man, this is some Damien. I don't want Damien. I want Damien. Oh, is it Damien? Oh no, it's Damien. Okay. He does have lots of subscribers, so I'm not sure which one. Oh, come on, Damien Brady. Let me see if I can find it. I mean, it's so meta, right? It's weird seeing your code, writing its own code, and then doing machine learning on it. What is? You know what? Easier as that. Switch account. I'll switch to my account. I only have subscribers, so subscriptions, and then under here. Oh man, you guys are gonna see all my subscriptions. Damien Brady, there you go. Letting GitHub CoPilot write its own thing. So let's grab this. I'll put in the chat. And you can go and see that. No, I don't want to remove, just remove that. And you can watch this video at your own leisure and see how insane this is. I'm telling you. Okay, but I think I have a better thing to do. How about if we do write some code to see it in action? Let's see CoPilot in action. I already have it installed. It's freaking awesome. So let's add the file. Let's select the language. Let's go with JavaScript because it says it supports JavaScript out of the box. And here I'm going to add a comment and say, write a bubble sort function. Right, I'll press enter. Takes a couple of seconds, and then it's thinking about it. Oh, you know what? I know why. Did not say. We did say JS, right? Don't say. I think it's because it didn't know what the language was. So let's do a new file. Select the language. Yes, I want the language. So we're doing JavaScript. Okay. Write bubble sort. Ha! Picked up the author. Yeah, I don't want that. I want the function. See, it's not perfect, right? Bubble sort function. Create bubble sort function. Can you do it for me, please? You're letting me down, CoPilot, and that's your first attempt to sign. See, I can say accept solution. Boom, done. Although it's nicer when it does it interactively, right? So let's see. Output. What is output? Okay. Then what? JavaScript? Okay. Oh, bubble sort. Oh, it's doing it now. Okay, now it woke up. Why am I getting comments here though? Okay. So it gives you tabs. So for every suggestion, you tab it, and it will do it. Although I really don't get why it comes as a comment. So many spaces. Oh, I think bubble sort is freaking out now. We broke it. Function, so what else should we write? Write, create node API. Oh, let's see. What are you doing? CoPilot, you're not doing what you're supposed to do. What? I can't even select it. There you go. Create node API, create express node. I don't want application. Node express API. Okay. Okay. No. Yes. Okay. Ooh, file system. Yeah, allow that. What are you doing? What? What is it? Oh, it freaked out again. Doesn't know what to do. Oh, and we start all over again. I feel secure in my... Yeah, I know, right? I mean, it's just insane. Right, okay. Let's see. I was playing around yesterday with MSOL. Create MSOL public client with token cache. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Yes. Next. Next. Get token sound. Yes. See, I'm telling you. It's almost there, but it's not there. Oh, it came. Okay. I'm tabbing. Good. Okay. Get the token for the current user, but we haven't gotten the user yet, so I think there's a little bit of an issue here. Yeah, I don't want to. Okay. Sure. Yes. Again? See? Yeah. Skynet's not here to take your jobs. I think the bubble sort was a good example. I don't know why it freaked out on me, but let's see. I'll do one more time. Do you want to try something? Let me know if you want me to try something. Otherwise, we'll jump straight into our topic for the day, which is, what do we want to do today? What did I say? Yeah, we're going to do Swagger with, is that over there? Yeah, that's, I'm too big here now. I don't want to be that big. Don't want to take the limelight, you know? Don't want to be the focus of today's session. Yeah, let's go big screen. Let's go big screen. So you guys can see all the codes. Hey, let me know if you want me to try any examples with this. Otherwise, we're going to jump into OpenAPI. So if you are creating APIs, then it's very common. Is there a CoPilot plugin for Sublime Text? No, right now it's only supported in VS Code. I don't know if they're going to add it in any other tools. But remember, it's very early days. It's still in early preview. It's still only for select developers. And therefore, I would say there might be more plugins coming in the future. Knives 9. Is that how I pronounce your name? Knives 9. Yeah. So we just have to wait and see. I am curious as well. But yeah, let's see. Let's see if AI will take our jobs. I don't think it will happen yet. We're pretty safe. And it's a good productivity boost. It was helping me yesterday when I was writing some code. Okie dokie. Now, OpenAPI. OpenAPI is a fantastic tool. It allows you to define APIs, and in some cases you can even generate code from an API definition. It comes as a JSON configuration, and it seems to be bi-directional. So you can have the definition first and then do some code gen to generate your API code, or you can have your API code and use, I don't know, how do you call it? API gen to generate your Swagger. And with that file, Swagger provides you with a UI, which is optional, but it also provides you with a downloadable JSON file that you can pass around. And then there are tools that can plug into that OpenAPI definition or Swagger, whichever version of the name you want to go with. And therefore, you can have those API definitions shared and help teams integrate code. For example, API management for Azure can take a Swagger definition, an OpenAPI definition, and generate APIs for you. Also, Power Apps and the Power Platform can use that Swagger file to create hooks to your APIs. Therefore, it's a powerful tool. However, what happens when you have a secure API, which we always want to do, right? Do not leave your APIs open. So what happens if you have an API which is secured by, say, Azure AD, and now Swagger needs to help people call into that? So we'll start with a vanilla, a plain vanilla standard .NET API. Hey, Trooper, afternoon. Welcome to the stream. We'll start with a vanilla .NET API, and then we will add, I think it comes with Swagger already, so we don't have to do anything. What is my co-host? Where's my co-host? My co-host is on holiday. He deserves a holiday from time to time from me. He's been with me for a year. I think he deserves a break from me. Just kidding. Or am I? Am I? And he's at the beach right now, and I think this weekend he will be driving up to his in-laws, where he will be staying there for a month in Massachusetts. Is it Massachusetts? I think he's in the Massachusetts. Is he? Or next to it. Anyway, he's going up north. Did he survive the great anniversary hiccup? I have no idea. I mean, I saw him on Twitter, and I saw he was playing with CoPilot, and then he was asking for some other stuff, which is crazy because he's supposed to be on holiday. But he's alive, if that's the question. JP is alive. I don't know how he managed to get out of that, because I would not have survived this. Truly. It's insane. He forgot his wedding anniversary. Let me know if you ever went through this experience and you're here to tell the tale. Right, so back to the code. Let's go and create a standard .NET API, and let's see how Swagger works in there. So .NET new web API name Swagger demo. We're not going to add any identity right now. We're not going to. He's on Tinder. I thought you said he's not on Tinder. No, not that I would know of anyway. Somebody ping me. Hey John, thanks for singing. What is this? Interactive OpenAPI. No, we're not doing interesting. OpenAPI generator for .NET Interactive. I love it. People are sending me stuff. So somebody is watching the stream, somebody from Microsoft, and they send me this, which is a .NET Interactive Swagger extension. I'm going to be touching on .NET Interactive in a bit to explain why we're using it, but this is not it, although I really like it. Provide your own HTTP client. Be careful how you use your HTTP clients, because they could create issues. So what does this do? Quickly generate a C# client for an OpenAPI compliant API for use in your .interactive notebooks. This is awesome. Love it. So in effect, what this one is doing is creating code from an OpenAPI. You can use it in your .interactive notebooks, or you can copy paste it into your code. In fact, if you didn't know that, Visual Studio, which I don't have installed, allows you to import a file from .NET Interactive. Allows you to create or reverse engineer, how you call that? To reverse engineer an API from an OpenAPI file definition, which is great. Let me close this one. We don't need this anymore. We talked about this one. Sign up. copilot.github.com. Sign up. It's amazing. And yeah, we're just about to generate this. So John, thanks for pinging me on that. Looks awesome. We'll have to give it a go at some point in the future. So I'll be talking about the .NET Interactive stuff later in the show, because I have been in the habit of automating things as much as I can. Right. I use nswag at work to generate the C# files, not because I want to, but because I have to tweak a lot to get the generated code right. I have to agree, code automation is not perfect and it's not right, but it helps you with the boilerplate. So if you go down that route, just be aware that I'm thinking, so Rocketman says, I'm thinking .NET 5 Web APIs allows for automatic class generation. Haven't tried that. Is that in Visual Studio? Is that a new tool? Can you share the link or any documentation that explains how people can do that? Because anything that we can do to help people, like imagine you have to consume a third-party API. They provide you with a Swagger file. All you have to do is just go into Visual Studio or your tooling and add it, and then generate the code. And I have to agree, if the APIs are evolving quite fast, we have to regenerate them often. And then the problem becomes tweaking the code constantly to keep it right. So changing the generated files is kind of not feasible. Oh, really? Yeah. We do have, at Microsoft, I think we have a tool. I think it's called Autorest. And I think it's also public. It's available for the public, which allows you to generate code from a REST API. And I think it's based on OpenAPI. You should definitely have a look at that. Let's see, do I even have a look? But I don't. Tweak the generated code thanks to nswag being quite flexible and classes are partial. Yeah, so you're extending the, oh, I see what you're doing. So you leave the generated code as is, and then you add your own code via another partial class. So you're extending the base class in effect, or the generated class. Awesome. Yeah, I look, it was a feature it bragged about. .NET 5, I don't know, let's see if we can find out. .NET 5 auto API generated code. Creating discoverable APIs with ASP.NET Core 5. Man, this is huge. And this is by my very good friend Brady Custer, who was on the show a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, you're right. It uses ASP.NET Swashbuckle and Swag. Oh, look at you, Phil Snubble. Doubling with all the cool kids. And then .NET Global Tool to generate the C# client. .NET OpenAPI. Aha. That's amazing. There you go. It's cool. I like it. Produces, consumes. Okay. Nice. Well, thank you very much, Rocketman, because this is freaking amazing. People can, I remember reading about that, but it just went so many things to keep up to date with. But there you go. You can use a combination of tools to auto-generate your code, and it's you don't need Visual Studio. You can actually use the .NET tooling. And I also know that there is an ability to auto-generate code for other languages as well, not just .NET. But, I usually play with .NET here, so what it is. Hot tip, if you create an open API, try dogfooding it. I didn't find so many issues in our APIs. That's a very good point. So today we're going to try dogfood securely our APIs using .NET Core and Azure AD. Swagger demo. Swagger AD demo. Demo. And then that's it. We're not going to do anything else. Imaging. I tried making a sample app, then quickly switched to gRPC for performance. Well, it all comes down to what you want to do. gRPC is good, but I think the tooling is still lacking a little bit. But did you know that you can secure gRPC with Azure AD and B2C? We have a sample for it. If you want to secure it, then I have a blog post that explains how to do it. 45show, ak.ms 45show/blog. So ak.ms. Oh, wow. Okay, I didn't see that. ak.ms 45show Blog. What is your font? What is my font on the terminal? Blog. Learn from y'all. Oh, you have it working? Awesome. What is the font you're using, by the way? Fuel Snubble. In here, let's see, what am I using? I think I'm using settings. Let's see. Can't even remember. Appearance. No. Is under here. Nope. We'll find it somewhere over here. You know what? It's easier in the JSON file. Ha. Yes. I am using Code for the terminal. Code nerd font. Hey, BST guy, thanks for joining. Yes, so I'm using Code on the terminal, and on my Visual Studio Code, I'm using Robotomono is my default, then Source Code Pro, then Cascadia Code, then Monospace. What the hell is Monospace over there? I think it makes no sense. I don't know what this is. I think that's the default. Yes, Code. I like it. I like Code. Cascadia seems to be very bulky in my mind. I don't like it a lot. I also played with JetBrains font. It's quite nice. Yeah, the Monospace is the Ubuntu. I think it's the one that defaults back to everything if it doesn't find this, which I sometimes do when I open in the browser. So it supports it. Anyway, yes, isn't it fun? I love talking about how you set up your machine, but did we actually generate the code? Did I press enter? I did press enter. Okay. CD. I'm waiting to be able to use italic in terminal. Why? Why do you want italic in your terminal? Highlight something? Do you like italic? Did you know that there's a Comic Sans code font? Yes. I'm also in chat to distract. Yeah, it's fine. It's I love it. I love the interaction. So Comic Sans code font. Comic Code. Is that the one? No, that's not the one. I don't think it's this one. No, it was it's a different name. HTML code. What is it? Comic Code font. Is that it? Comic Sans font. Comic Code. No. There was a much better one. Unfortunately, Comic Sans font free family. No, if you know the link, let me know. Yeah, we're doing this. Comic Sans, no. Applying Comic Sans MS font style. Comic Mono? God. I know that helps certain people do things, but for me, it would be such a distraction. Man, I should have bookmarked this baby. Because there was a Comic Sans, but Monospace for coders. Comic Code. I think no, that's an old one. I think there was a one that recently got released, and it was pretty cool for coding. Comic Code. Is that the one? Cowork asked me, why do you use italic? Because your distress over it feeds me. Nice. Cascadia Code is quite nice in italic. I would say yes. I think it's this is the one. Comic Code. Damn, what is that? Is that all broken? Is it a surprise? Surprise! It's all glyphs. Okay. Anyway, distracted now. But there's also, yeah, there's a font there. Anyway, right, let's go back to the task at hand. Focus, Chris. Focus. Open folder. Let's open the folder. Let's find our projects. Let's something about Swagger, something. Oh, I like it. Does it come in? Yeah, there you go. Select folder. Okay, very basic stuff. Can you guys see it? Is it too small? Let me make it bigger. It's free. Bigger. Okay. What do we have here? We have Swashbuckle ASP.NET Core. That's the only library that comes out of the box. It's like Das keyboard, but for fonts. Hey, I have a pretty cool keyboard, by the way. Brand new. And it's freaking awesome. It's called Drop. It's a drop control keyboard. which is super nice. It has LEDs and the kids love it. And I love it as well. It has some fantastic switches, which I like. And it's nice and compact. So that's my fourth keyboard, and my wife is going to kill me. Hey, I like my gadgets. JP likes phones, I like keyboards. What can I say? Okay. It's a .NET 6 project, so we are playing with new stuff. And it's using Swashbuckle as in the core. Let's go and see our startup code. So in the startup, we do have the wiring up of Swagger. And then we have an endpoint that lights up when you go /Swagger. There's no security right now, but we can run the code and see what it will do in terms of cd Swagger AD demo, and then .NET build. I don't know. Let's do this. It has no numeric pad. It doesn't have a numeric pad, no. What is worse in your household, forgetting anniversary or a fifth keyboard? Hey, I have not forgotten an anniversary. I know better than that. Just saying it. No from experience. Fail with previous girlfriends. Do not mess up with your wife, right? So there you go. I was young and naive. My mechanical keyboard key broke after 3 months using it. So yeah, oh man, that's awful. Was it a good one? Like, was it like a dash keyboard or something fancy? Or was it something you picked up off Amazon? Because I was looking, Amazon has like $30 mechanical keyboards. I don't know how good they are. And was it the base or was it the switches that broke? Let us know. The DMOC. I like it. Anyway, yeah, it doesn't have a numeric pad. Who needs numeric pads anyway, BSD guy? We just have all the numbers at the top, which is okay. And it's nice and compact. I like it. It was pretty good. Oh, MacBook Pro 2018 model broke after 3 months of working from home. Could not handle the daily use. I have to tell you, I got a MacBook Pro from 2018 and it's absolutely appalling. The worst piece of hardware I got, and I got it fully spec'd. So it's a $2,500 stupid piece of hardware that is sitting there, and the keys are absolutely awful. I had to take it twice to Apple support to get it fixed. So it's awful. Man, yeah, the keyboard is appalling. I don't know how they could screw it up. You're using a 2013 MacBook Pro. You need to upgrade, my friend, because you won't be able to get the latest operating system soon, right? If I remember correctly. It will stop at 2015. I think that's a cutoff. I have a 2018 MacBook Pro, the giant one. Oh, you got it from a giveaway? Nice. I mean, free keyboard, breaking down. It's not a major loss, but I can see if you like it, then it could be a problem. I have Logitech mechanical keyboards, which are amazing. One of them has blue switches, the other one has brown switches, and this one has, I can't remember what it has, but it has some really fantastic switches. Problem is, I got some really nice keycaps, like truly nice keycaps, but I did not realize that they are not illuminating. They're like old typewriter. Or think of them as the very old IBM keyboards, right? They're nice, they're stunning, they're super smooth. However, it's noisy. They don't light up, and I work in ambient light, and therefore I can't use them. I am devastated. You know, I know, you know. Anyway. Hey, thanks for following, whoever followed. I can't see your name. Apparently, we're told not to display your names, but it's fine. Yeah, backlight is very, very useful. In fact, I noticed that we're talking about keyboards right now. We're supposed to be doing code, but it's fine. I noticed that my Logitech keyboards, laser cutter? Yeah, I don't think so. I paid $100 for these. I might return them. I don't know. Those keycaps are stunning, but at the same time, I need to be able to see what I'm typing. So my Logitech keyboard does not light up the characters on the keys. It only lights up, no, not the characters, the function or the shift keyboards, like the star or the ampersand or the amp, whatever you call them. It only lights up the main character, which is insane. So the other day I was trying to find, I can't remember, like it was the dash or the tilde. I was like, oh, I need to switch on the light because I can't see my keyboard. Whereas this one, the Again, the drop control keyboard it's stunning. It does everything that it should be doing. So I'm very happy with this one, very sturdy, if you want recommendations. Right, okay, guys, enough with this. Now, write some code. Anyway, hey, I'm enjoying the conversation, so keep it coming. I'm just missing out. I don't have a laser cutter, I don't have a 3D printer, so I would love to have them, but I don't have them. Okay, so we have the Swagger. Oh yeah, we're going to run it, right? Is it running? Oh, we did a build, let's run it. Run and run. My SteelSeries keyboard works well as well. Yeah? I mean, there's so many. Hugs his ergo dogs. My keyboard has 10 modes that light up different stuff. This one has also different lighting modes, although it doesn't have the one I wanted, which is the wave that you press something and just... Nitro Paintball. I'm still running on the last gen 17-inch MacBook Pro from 2011. Damn, man! That is insane. 2011, I had a MacBook from 2012. It almost gave up. We had to change the battery because it just blew up. It's like twice the size I was supposed to do, and it was pushing down the base. We had to replace that, and it's still working fine. As soon as those new 16-inch M1 MacBooks come into play, you're getting one. Hey, Mr. Extremely, yo, what's up? Yeah, you know what? I was reading yesterday that Apple is going to announce new hardware in September. And one of them would be a new MacBook. Although M1 is out of the way, right? I think M2 is coming. Is that not right? Am I correcting? Am I wrong? Because I saw M2 announced at WWDC. After MacBook Pro 2018, I don't want to buy another Apple. I have to agree, Phil Snubble. I am not buying another MacBook. I have a Mac Mini, which is driving my main standing desk. But I have to say that I don't want another Mac Mini. In fact, Windows now is so good. In fact, I don't want another laptop. Did you hear about the AI from GitHub? Hey, Mr. Extremely, you missed the introduction to this one. In fact, I have it installed. We might see it in action today. So yes, yeah, exactly. Nitro Paintball, M1, M2, and M1X. M1X, is that for mobile? Yeah, I got an early access to CoPilot, and I was playing around with it yesterday. In fact, I did a TikTok video, which will also be on my YouTube channel, and we'll be using it today. We're not building with it exclusively, but it will be there to help us out. Will CoPilot lose me my job? Well, if you miss the first 10 minutes, you'll probably realize that no. It's still early days though. I don't know how it will evolve. It is AI and machine learning driven, and therefore I expect it to get better and better and better. But this is a great question. I feel that as humans, we've been coding stuff for a very long time. Think about it, right? There are so many thousands upon thousands of developers. We did a bubble sort, right? So as part of the demo, what I wanted to show you is, hey, let's create a bubble sort, which is one of the stupid questions that come into job interviews. Oh, how would you write a bubble sort? Show me on the whiteboard. No, man. I'll use CoPilot to write it, and I can focus on other things. So that's the point I'm making. I feel that as developers, our responsibility will be to select and choose the right code. I mean, we're already doing it, right? We're going into Stack Overflow and we're looking at code, and we're like, I like this, I don't like this. I think it will be a case of CoPilot will present you something and you go, I like this, I don't like this, I think this works better. You still need to tweak and edit and make it more performant. But the fact that you have a CoPilot, somebody to present you with some options and then you can choose from, I think it's great. I think it's going to be a great productivity boost, but it's not going to get us out of the job. I helped a guy yesterday with some web dev stuff who had the CoPilot active, but he didn't start with mobile first and started to make problems with media queries. There you go. By the way, I would say it's still very early days. So Mr. Extremely, I would expect to see a more refined and improved algorithm working there. I need a good integration service between internal ERP and yeah, exactly. I mean, there are a lot of complexities. Every piece of software is a snowflake. Every piece of software is different. You have different requirements. It's very, very customized to your needs, and therefore humans will need to be there to help out. I put a link earlier on one of the videos that one of our GitHub advocates did, where he was using AI to write AI, which is impressive. And I think it works very well with Python. It also depends on the language that you're using right now. And as I say, it's only been out for 2 days and with very few select developers. So expect to see more of this. I mean, IntelliCode has been out there for a while. Nobody was freaking out. But I wanted to see what happened. I wonder what I get from that. Yeah, I don't know what you get from that, Phil Snubble. CoPilot will put us out of a job once business people can actually describe what they want software to do. I saw a nice comic that said, you know what the best way to describe the machine, what is the best way to describe to a machine what it needs to do? It's called code. We had business people trying to describe what they wanted to do, and everyone falls short. So I would have to say that I don't see it happening in the near future, but we're here. We're going to see where AI takes us. But I'm excited. I am excited because I think that it will help us be more productive and focus on the things that really matter, like solving tricky problems and not Googling for how do I write this interesting regex. When business people can describe what they need, yeah, time like infinity, exactly. Business people only know what they don't want when they say it. That's a very good point as well. I've come across this one where they try to describe what they want, and then they don't really know what they want, and then developers go and implement something, and you either get a yes or a no because you don't meet their needs. Business people can't describe what they want to do now. Yeah, exactly. They can't do it now. What do you think? Why do you think it's going to change in the future? How in my 20 years writing software, how many tools have come and gone that were supposed to be for business people to write code, or for business people to describe something that will generate code, and then all that happens in the end is all these people try to use some weird, was it cucumber? Was it like a cucumber language or whatever, that you could write some definition and you can pass it through an interpreter and it would generate some code, which only pissed off developers because it created twice amount the time that that it would take to go and fix those things and rewrite the code. Power apps are great. Yes, power apps are great. I mean, they're drag and drop and they're doing Gherkin. Yes. Thank you, Rocketman. It was Gherkin. I remember I was at the bank and it was all the rage. Let's write stuff. Oh, no. I'm not saying like Power BI and Power Apps are great because they already have the implementation you need. But tell me this. How many times did you have to write code inside Power Apps? And I'm telling you, that code is freaking awful. And that code is also not well documented. How many times have you had to go into Power Apps and tweak things and then get stuck because you can't find the answer? Because in the end, you have to still write some code in some cases. And it's not developer code, as in C#, JavaScript or whatever. And it's not fully documented code. So every time I use them, I get really upset. As long as CoPilot doesn't change its focus to building Skynet, we'll be fine. I agree. Thank you, Elliot. I agree. But the demo from Brady yesterday was showing how AI can write AI. So I don't know, are we screwed? What we need now is a graphical language. A graphical language. As in for graphics? Azure Communications API has a bot GUI that tries to allow non-programmers to code. All these tools. But tell me this, have we managed to eliminate the, move this HTML here and put this button over there and needing developers to do that work? Not yet. Skynet is my Roomba. I'm telling you, my Roomba is just sending all these weird messages. Oh, I'm stuck. Get around it. You got AI. Hieroglyphs. Business people could do it if they simply understood logic. If else, for loops. Yeah, it's procedural code, right? But this is very low level for them. Usually they come and say, create a report that aggregates data from that and then dumps it into a PDF. That's usually the requirement. Or, generate some backend system that processes things. I don't know. It remains to be seen. Let's write the code. Let's run the code and see what we get. Localhost. Let's bring it up here. Obviously, it's broken because we don't have a UI, so don't freak out. But we can do Swagger. And check this out. We got a definition. Weather forecast. We can do a tryout, and we can say execute, and boom. comes back with the data. So it calls our APIs. Perfect. Right. So this is our Swagger. It's working. It has a UI. And this is all done in code. There is code gen and there is some functionality there to allow us to do that. The Swagger gen is here to go and look into our APIs, and the UI is defined here. So I was approached by Brady and Glenn, who worked for a .NET team, and they said, hey, we're trying to secure this baby. And it doesn't work. Like, we don't know what to do. I was like, how hard can it be? In fact, Brady asked me to look into that probably about a year ago. And I was like, I don't have time. I can't do it. And this week I had to do it. So let's see how you can add security to your APIs. Quick, Christos is getting back on track. You can't distract me. I'm indistractable. How can you say not distractible? I am focused. I am focused. Focused on the code. Right, let's add some code. First, we need to add some security to our API. Yeah, you can't get me. .NET add package Microsoft.identity.web. And I can't even type. So this is going to add the library that we need to add API authentication. 114. Wow, man, we moved. What's in 114? 114? Have you guys seen this? What is Microsoft Identity.web? Microsoft.identity.web release GitHub releases. There you go. What did we add in 114? New features. More simplified developer experience with MSL.NET TokenCast. Okay. Microsoft supports out of the box AD cast credential service. Oh, new capabilities, which operate as an Azure AD backup. Aha! By sending a routing hint to the authorizing token endpoints. Hey, thanks for following. So 114 was released 9 days ago, fresh out of the oven. Love it. And I also love the fact that we're able to pull the latest one. Let's go back into our code, which should now have a new library here. Sorry, not here, but here. It says that, yeah, we have Identity.web. Interesting, it has its own lowercase. Is it because I asked it in lowercase? Okay. So what we need to do now is we need to add a little bit of code to allow us to work with Azure AD. I'm going to copy paste from a different file because I can't be bothered typing everything. And then we'll go and create our Azure AD app registration so we can securely call it. Okie dokie. One library, one file. Now we need to add some settings over here. We'll say this, which is already an app registration that we have here in our app. Do you feel that sometimes search in these boxes works and then sometimes it doesn't work? It doesn't work right now. It's dirty fresh. Ha! I'm telling you. Bugs. That's our API client. And so that's our API app definition. And in here we have the CD28. Let's make sure that this matches. CD28. We're using the mainstream instance, my custom domain, and the tenant ID is B55. Let's make sure that this is right. B55. We do have an API, so we're exposing an API here. We'll need this later, so we'll come back. And this is how we can acquire scope to call our API. So we've already defined these, easy peasy, copy paste. Later, if we have enough time, I will create a notebook, a .NET Interactive notebook to go and bootstrap this whole thing end to end so you don't have to do it manually. How awesome is that? Yes, okay. So that is it. Now we have to add some code to say, you know what, I want you to securely secure my API. And I am usually here in our configure services. We need to add one line. Let's see what will happen if I say add controllers. No, see, it's trying to be clever. Add framework service. No, I don't want that. I want to say add Microsoft.identity.web for API. And let's put key authentication. I have no idea what it's trying to do here. What is it gonna do? Right, CoPilot is going. That's awful. CoPilot is out. I'm just kidding. Services.add Azure. No, add Microsoft Identity Web. No, Identity Web API Authentication. Now it knows what to do. Thank you. See, CoPilot is okay. Did I mistype service? No, I did not mistype service. Services. Yes, I did mistype it. And now we need to use this one to resolve it. In effect, what we're saying here is we want to secure our API with the configuration here. Then we need to go into our configure, and here you say, see, yeah, almost as good, but not good. So is CoPilot basically just intelligence? No, it is. So let's see. Let's use authentication. Check this out. Use authentication. Now you can do Control Enter, and it will try to come up with the different solutions that you could use in your code. It's synthesizing. It's trying to find stuff. Hasn't found anything. It's okay. Oh, you know what? Maybe I'm in the wrong line. So if I come here and say Control Enter, there you go. It's cutting off some stuff here. I don't know why. No, it is not intelligence. It's a lot more clever. It will try to come up with the right solution for your code. As you can see, all of them are the same because there's only one way to add authentication to your code. It's nice. Okay, so with that, all we have to do now is go into our controller and say, I want to be secure. So we'll say authorize. Thank you. Let's now, if it was able to resolve the dependencies, it would be even better. And then in our API here, we'll say authorize for scope. What will it use? Authorize for scopes, maybe? Yes. Close enough. And I think this one takes what is it? There's no connect constructor that takes one argument. Really? What does it take? New string it doesn't like this one. What do you want? Authorize for scopes, attribute, string, yeah. Oh, you know what? Is it? Yes, I know what it is. It's this and then scopes. I think. Okay, likes this one. Let's run this. Will it run? .NET run, obviously. Will it run? Localhost 5001. So I think I already have it open, right? My Swagger over here. So refresh this one. Get, try it out, and we got a 500. Oh, the client ID must be provided. We did provide the client ID. What are you talking about? Oh, you know what? We didn't save. Damn it! I always do that. So we did provide it. Don't forget to save, people. Don't forget to save. That's a lot of error messages there. So back to our code, back to our Swagger. And to be honest, I was expecting, we're expecting a 401. So nothing surprising there. We'll just make sure that we get a 401. Yes, that is because we haven't provided a token, right? So let's go into, let's close this one. Why did I close that one again? I bet. Okay. Back to our Azure AD, we need to create a Swagger client. Swagger Thunder client. I want to call it before I do anything else. I want to be able to call this and make it work. So here, if we go back into our code, let's open Thunder. Thunder, feel the thunder. Yes. Am I 8080? No, I'm 5001. Do you have any examples here with 5001? Insecure, secure. There you go. Auth. Yep. Client ID. Let's change this. And then client secret. Let's go and create a client secret. And here we're going to create a new secret. I'm going to change it to be until tomorrow, so you don't use it. And next time you see the stream, starts today and it ends tomorrow. And delete me. And add. Copy. Back into our thingy here. Let's add the secret. And we need the scope. So back into our code. API permissions. Add a permission. My API. Swagger API. Yes. Yes. And then here we're going to copy the whole thing. Add it back to our code. We could pass some dummy state if we wanted to, but we don't want to right now. So I'm going to, so there's a weather forecast, isn't it? Doesn't matter right now. We need to get a new token, generate token. Yes, I want to sign in. Oh, yes, I know why. It doesn't exist in the resource because we haven't added authentication yet. Yeah. We need to add authentication. Let's go back, people. Let's fix this. So the redirect URI is callback URI is this. And I need to go back into here and I need to go here, authentication, add platform. I think it's web, if I remember correctly. We can always fix it. Configure. And let's try it again. No, obviously not denied. Denied by the server. Ask for scope. Add user, access user doesn't exist on resource. Am I using the wrong client ID? CD28. Oh, you know what? I think I have a. Do I have a typo here? Authorization code, yeah. What is our... Oh, there you go. Type. What the hell is this? Where did that come from? Wait a minute. Is there some typo somewhere here? API permissions. API read. Yeah. CD28. What did I do wrong? I think it was a copy paste, but CD28. You know what? I know. Let's clear that. Paste it. And let's generate the token. Again. Up. Positive stuff. Accept. The reply URL does not match the reply URL in CA. Yes, it does. What are you talking about? Did I not save that? I'm asking myself now. I'm not asking you guys. I'm asking myself. Thunderclap. Ah, God. I am copy pasting the wrong things here. Let's see. What is the Thunder client oath to callback? Okay. Yeah. See, I copied not all the characters. Okay, so let's go back and save it. See, it's always fun troubleshooting with you, my friends. Thank you for your help. You're being excellent, keeping me on the right track. So here, let's get the token. One of these times we'll get it. Signed in. How long does it take? The reply URL, what's the reply URL? Sorry, we're in trouble. Why are you not liking it? Okay, we did definitely save that. Callback URL, I did say that, didn't I? HTTPS on a client callback. Yes, nothing there. What do we have in our code? HTTPS standard client IO auth. Can I, there you go, can I do that? I can, okay. Might take a while to get the this refresh authentication here. Callback. And then, yeah, no, it's fine. We'll get it. Dead end 008. Love it. Fantastic name, right? Look at it. Send. Generate token. Authenticate. Took a few seconds. Okay. So now we save our token and we should be able to call our API, which should be running. It's not running. Okay. .NET run then. And yeah, because the last time I called it said connection refused, which led me to believe that I was not running. So send. Right. We got it. I thought I'm the only one always forget save. No, I always forget save as well. So we're good. Okay, so we're able to call our API. Let's see what the token looks like. So make sure we have the right scopes, which we do have the scopes. jwt.ms, jwt.ms. And then here, holy, oh my God, what happened there? What? I don't think I've seen this before. Mr. Extremely, have you used JavaScript frameworks or PHP frameworks? I've used JavaScript frameworks. I haven't touched PHP. Can you believe this? I haven't touched PHP in 20 years in coding. Paste as text. I don't think it does. Yeah, there you go. Is it this page broken? I don't know. It definitely does. I mean, I don't think I've seen this before. Okay. You know what? Notepad. Notepad will save the day. Maybe I didn't have the whole token there. That's why it's barfing. Yeah, see, I don't have the whole token. That's why I cannot resolve it. Let me see how I can grab it from here just to show you lovely folks. And so, and copy paste again. Yeah, put in the URL bar. I prefer Notepad. I'm old school. There you go. Okay. So we are getting version 1 tokens, which for now it's fine. And we have the right scope, API.read. Is that the scope that we put into our API? Is that what we had? Was it API.read? Shit. You know what? I'm seeing this problem. I had this problem before. Authorized for scopes does not fire up. I was like, okay, that's interesting. Okay, so I don't know why it doesn't fire up. It's super weird. Also, they removed the HTTP context. Verify user has the right scope, so you can't do it in code. So the way that I found it worked was required scope, and then in here I had the right scope, which is just a scope. Is it required scope? Yeah, okay, and then why is my theme different? Super weird. Okay. Swagger constants? No, you're way off limit there. So it should be API.read and then close this and save. Then this is there. Yeah, I'm telling you, the authorized for scopes does not work. I don't know if you've come across this one before. I need to raise a bug with the team because it would not fire no matter what I did. So with this, I think it should work. So let's save and let's rerun it. In fact, the best way to test it is to have a different scope that doesn't work. So let's say API 2. So I want to test that this works, okay? And we should get a 403 with that instead of a 401. Okay, so this is working. Let's go back into our Thunder. Thunder, feel the thunder. I don't want that. I want my Thunder and I want to send. Yes, API read. This is working. So with required scope, we get the issue. The problem here is that we cannot pass multiple scopes. I need to figure it out. Can we pass multiple scopes? Authorized for scope. Authorized for scope. Oh no, required scope. Obviously a sample. The first thing that comes around is a sample. Desktop? No. Required scope with multiple. Okay, there you go. Somebody on Stack Overflow has already asked it. Okay, so you need to add a policy. I see. Scopes, yep. We could do a policy if we wanted to. Okay. Yes, that would be the recommended way. We could do a policy. I forgot about that. But now we're gonna go old school. Okay, so we have the API working, we have a secure API, and therefore if we were to go back into our localhost 5001, localhost 5001 Swagger, my kids are having a fantastic time back there. We'll do a get, and we'll try it out, and we execute. We know it's gonna be a 401 because I don't have a token. So how do we fix this? So if you go into authentication, under Swagger, there is an authentication component that explains how things work and how you wire them up. It allows you to use bearer token, allows you to use OAuth 2, it also allows you to use OpenID Connect, and you can have multiple schemes. So this is how it defines the capabilities. You need to pass scopes if you are using OAuth 2. Multiple authentication types, and I think there's a security scheme and security requirement. So you need to have a scheme first, and you need to have a requirement, and that allows you to wire everything up. Now I looked into Swashbuckle, and there's a section here for adding authentication into your code, and this one is where is it? OpenAPI. Am I in the wrong document? Oh, there you go. Okay. So add security definitions and requirements. It supports implicit flow, which we do not want to use implicit flow. We want to use auth code with Pixie, which is supported out of the box. So therefore, we're not going to use that, although we can start with this and make it happen. I wonder if we can use that. Should we ask CoPilot to write it for us? Okay, CoPilot, show us. Right, we don't need this anymore. We'll be using Swagger from now on, and we don't want that anymore. We're done with it. We don't want this one. Everything is gonna happen in here. So first, we need to define the, under add Swagger gen, we need to define this in our configure services. So let's go in here, and in here we have say that, and then under here we need to add this. Oh, you know what did I say? Type this and see what happens. Add security definition. Oh. That's it? We're done? Not so much. Hey, it got us to a good point, right? OAuth 2, let's fix this one. We want auth code with PKCE, because that's the most secure one. Name OAuth 2, security scheme OAuth 2. Yeah, that's right. There is a There are different ones if you want to. API key, OpenID Connect, and OAuth 2. We want OAuth 2 because it's an API and we're passing tokens. And then for the flow, I think we need to define a new flow here, right? That's what the code had in the example. So here we have flows. Yeah, let's copy that one. But we're not going to name it obviously implicit. I think we should name it something else. And then I think here we're just saying for the flows, fat fingers. For the flows, we want implicit, we want auth code. And then new API auth flow. Or do I need to give it a proper name? Like this, okay? Authorization code with, let me hide this, and let me hide this, so we can have more real estate. And definitely not this URI. In fact, it's not gonna be a kind one. To get our URI for AD, the easiest way to do it, and the one I always do, and I hate when JP just types things randomly and doesn't say where he gets them from, is through here. So if you go into your app registration, and you click on the endpoints in the overview, you can get your authorized endpoint, which would be to endpoint. Now, I don't know if that's gonna be a problem, but let's see, it should work. We may need to change to a V1 since our token is a V1. And I forgot to put quotes, obviously. And this is what we're defining here for our authorized. Now, I think we also need a token URI. Oh, check this out. Is he gonna give us the right one? What's he gonna give us? Snap! What? Hey, color me impressed. This one was good. He knew what to do. Check it out. It even picked up the right tenant. That's freaking impressive. What? No way. Okay, I'm happy with that. So all the diss that we've been giving to CoPilot, you guys, same. Right, okay, so we need scopes. We have a scope, right? We defined the scope in the API, so let's go and grab that scope. We need that. So API permissions, under here, we want the full scope, right? That's how it works. And access API, read the API info, read the API. I think that's what we need. I don't think we need another one. I'm going to remove it for now and leave it there. Man. Okay. It was definitely IntelliSense on steroids, I'll tell you that. So I think this is all we need for the definition, but we also need to add, what does the doc say? We also need to add a security requirement. Yes. Which is in the should be in here as well in the same code. So under configure services, I think it's in here. We need to add it there. Maybe as I said, add security requirement and see what it would do. OpenAPI reference, type reference, security scheme, ID, auth 2. I think that's the right one. And then, yes, obviously we need to change this to say, to use the API scope that we use for our API. Everybody with me so far? An hour and 20 minutes. We're breezing through it. Okay. Okay, I think we have what we need here. Then, do we need to do anything else in our Swagger stuff? Oh, yes. Now in the authorized security requirements filter, no. I think there's something that we need to do in our reference of API reference of security. I think there's something that we need to add into our service in the configure, in the app.use. And to save us some time, I think I've already done this, but place it. Oh, yeah, so these are all the supported OAuth flows in the official docs, but this is not a .NET one. There was a in addition scheme, you also need to indicate the operations scheme applicable to. You can apply schemes globally to all operations by add security requirement, which we did. We did add the security requirement, which is good. Okay. Well, I should say 45 so makes auth look easy in .NET. Oh no, the code will never pass inspections if it is taking steroids. Yeah, it will be cat. I wouldn't say we make it easy. If you do it 1 million times, it becomes memory, which I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. Anyway, thank you for the kind comments, Exegate. I hope that you get it. So I think there's one more component that we need to add, and it is in here. This is where we need to say to Swagger, go and do some magic shit with our code. And to do that, I need to do this. Okay, I think I need to properly indent this. Why is it complaining? Oh yeah, it needs end there. Yeah. Is it a comma? You know what? I think I know what it is. C. And then here we don't need that. There. And then we should put a this. Yes. Thank you. And then yes, this is where we say to Swagger what it needs to do. Okay. Yeah, that's where research comes handy. So what we're doing here is we say we want to use the UI, which will be /Swagger. So that will take us to that page. But then we need a client to be able to authenticate. And we are using Pixie. In fact, you can use different options here. OAuth, client ID, client secret. We don't want client secrets. We can use Pixie, which is awesome. Most of the examples out there, in fact, I think this is the only example ever that I found that uses Pixie. So there will be a blog post following this one to show you how to properly do it. So with Pixie, it means that we don't need to put a client secret. It makes our code super secure, and we need a client ID. Now that client ID comes from a previous Swagger client that I used, which should be, I can't remember, is this one? It's this one, yes. So if we go back into our Swagger and we refresh, of course, it doesn't remember our filter. Why should it? The client is here. So how did we configure the client? Let's have a very quick look. We have our client ID. So 3333, 4 threes. Let's make sure that this is the right one. It is 4 threes, perfect. Then we have our authentication, which uses single page application. Very important. My code parses CSV file for authentication. What? Thank you, BSD guy. You almost gave me a heart attack there. Please don't do that. Does your CSV file include public keys to your certificate? Maybe that's what it's doing. I mean, that wouldn't be horrible. I don't know how you guys are doing it, so let me know. So it needs to be a single page app. We're not using implicit grant, which is awesome. That means it's even more secure, and we don't have a client secret. We did have a client secret, but we don't need it anymore. And just to prove the point, I'm deleting it. And we have API permissions, which are here, and they're exactly the same as we had before. So the UI for Swagger needs to have a way to authenticate users in order to acquire a token and then call the API. And I think with all that, we're actually ready to put it to the test. So I'm gonna save this. We have everything we need. And we're going to rerun the app. What? Oh yeah, that was the exception that came from Swagger trying to hit the endpoint and it failed. So once this is up and running, it is up and running. Let's do this. So here, let's refresh the page. Oh, check this out. Check this out. Now, Swagger is aware that we have some security. And you'll notice that right now it's not going to work because we haven't authorized yet. So if we're to call our API, we'll get a 401. Perfect. Now let's go and authorize. We don't need a client secret. We did definitely need the scope. So authorize. We'll go and sign us in. Oh, we got a token. Close. Check this out. This changed. This icon changed from open to closed. And now if I were to execute, kaboom! We got it. Success. 200. What do you have to say? Right? And in fact, this is the token that we get, which is great. It shows us how we can grab it and call it ourselves. And now we can automate testing our APIs using authentication and using Pixie, which is more secure. PKC, proof key for code exchange. And therefore, this is how you would secure your Swagger end to end. We did it. Hell yes, we did it. Now, if you go into GitHub, not my GitHub, 45, so GitHub. There is a nice repo with everything we did. And if I can iterate it through this, and I'm gonna put it in the chat. Yeah, man. What do you mean B2C had a serverless option? Exegate? I don't know what you're talking about. That's slick. I didn't know B2C had a serverless option. As in supporting serverless applications? I'm a little bit confused here. Please elaborate, and I will try to comment on that. Now, we've set everything up, and it was freaking awesome, and I loved it. But now I want to help you guys get everything done and be super productive. So how do we do that? Well, let's see. Let's stop this one. CLS. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to, I'm new to B2C. I didn't know that was an option. Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out what the serverless means. As in supporting serverless applications. I think it's a secure Swagger. CD secure Swagger. So this is the actual repo that you'll find in the GitHub repo that I've shown you. And I want to do now is I want to add an Azure node. I want to add a .NET notebook. Yes, enabling auth with serverless apps. Okay. Are you saying using the app service authentication to secure apps? Is that the one, execute? Do we add B2C support there? I think that's what you're saying, right? Let's go and test out. Portal.azure.com. Change user. Do I have a function? I think I have a function somewhere. Let's go and find out. I don't know if I need to create a new one. Yeah. So there is a capability to switch on. Do I have any functions? Azure functions. Oh, I have a few. Whoa, oh, this is not my subscription. I was like, okay, that look a lot. CM internal, that's my subscription. Which reminds me, oh, I don't have any functions. Let's go and mess with JPs. Let's go and break JP's functions. 45 bot web dev. Let's do this one. I don't know what this one does. So under here, what you're saying is under authentication, we added support for B2C. Oh, I don't have permissions. Fine, let's go and create a new one under my my subscription. Sorry, JP, I didn't want to mess with your functions. I will mess with mine. Apply. Let's go. It's easy to create a new function. Create. Thinking about it. CM internal resource group identity. Yes. Everything is under identity. CM auth test. Azure function. Runtime stack. Let's go .NET. There's an option to do 5, by the way, or .NET 6, I think, with hosted. Not under US. We want to be West. We're West. West. Hosting. I want to use an existing one, V1, I guess. Linux. Consumption. Be on the cheap side. No monitoring for us. No, I'm off on a tangent being dumb. Ignore me. Well, I want to see what the new auth is, right? Don't worry about it. But yes, we have done the secure your Azure function with Azure AD thing. There is in fact support for Microsoft Identity.web to do it. Microsoft.identity web Azure functions. I don't want an older one. I want the most recent one. Malik Sahil did it a while ago. .NET Azure function web AI secure with Azure AD. That's definitely not me. Test your function locally. Where does that come from? So this is creating a service principal. No, it's adding, sorry, not a service principal. It creates an Azure AD app registration. Test your function. Okay, so it's signing in, getting an access token. How do you secure the API? Show me. Demonstrates how to secure an Azure function with Azure AD when the function uses HTTP trigger. Okay. Where's the function? Can anybody see the function? I'm registering the app. Okay. Am I missing a step? Code sample. Oh, browse the code. Okay, fine. Open link in new tab. Okay, let's get into the function. Function 16 months ago. That's old. Function. Do I have a recent one? That is old. Bootloader. Oh, that uses a. Oh no, it's okay. Authentication root. Log information anonymous authenticated. So it has two roots. If it comes in the authenticated root, then it gets the access token. It validates the access token. And then it says, do I have a claims principal or don't have a claims principal? And you failed. So get access token, we'll grab it from the header. Okay. And then the validate access token will go and do all these manually. But you don't have to do them all manually because, oh God, that's a lot of validation over here. Because I am pretty sure .NET, sorry, it's Microsoft Identity.web. Azure, and then templates. Fine, GitHub. Thank you. Under Azure AD, and then here we have documentation, conceptual documentation, and then under here we have templates for each one of them. Web app template. Does it have anything about functions? API templates, Azure functions. Okay. Why use Microsoft Identity.web with Azure functions? We support it now. Using the Func2 project templates, you need to add that. It does support B2C, by the way. It will create the bootstrap codes, and then it will allow you to authenticate and have fun. There is an issue with the bearer token, with the scheme, because the last time that JP tried to run it, it was failing. Maybe we should do Azure Functions next week. I don't know. Do you guys want to see Azure Functions running with Azure AD or B2C and see how they work? With Microsoft Identity.web, so we try to make them run. Okay, we are going a little bit off scope here, but yes, Exegate, you can use B2C or you can use Azure AD to authenticate your Azure functions. And there is an option in here in Azure Functions, by the way, to use authentication. which acts like a front door. It will look for a provider. What do we have? Yeah, we have Microsoft, which only uses Azure AD, and then can use these other three options: Facebook, Google, and Twitter to sign in. You have to configure them, and they will run. You seem like an engineer. I am an engineer. I'm a PM. I was a developer for a long time. Dark Angel US 777. I'm a developer. I'm a developer advocate, and I call myself an engineer? There was a whole debate about whether developers should call themselves engineers. I have to read up on that. If it works similar to Azure App Service, then I'm sure it's super slick. I have to say that it's limited in the scenarios. So the default authentication that comes out of the box, it will be just a front door. And in my opinion, if you have to write some code to look into the token and do things, then you might as well use MSAL. That's my personal opinion. I don't think App Service will work for my app with 3,000 tenants, though. Yeah, still researching. Let us know how it goes. And by the way, do not forget, we have a fantastic Discord community. We love people to come to us, Discord. Let me put the link there. If you want to join us, if you have any identity related question, in fact, if you have any questions about identity in general or Azure or .NET, our community is super active and likes to help people. And in fact, sometimes they do a better job than I do. So join our Discord community because there's always interesting conversations happening there. And you can bug us and ask questions about how things are working and how they're not working and why they're not working. UK NSC or US security baselines. Trooper, regarding UK NCSC or US security baselines. What? What is that, Trooper? I have no idea. I'm still waiting for an email reply. I know. It's been very slow. Sorry, Exegate. We owe you an email. Is there a way to check to see if you can apply a security level to a web app? As in security certified? Security certification for a web app? I am confused. Ensure compliance. Well, I think you cannot do this manually. You need to get some third-party vendor to come and do the auditing for you. There's no security score, but there are security standards, like ISO 9002, I think, or something like that. Tenant setting? Oh, you mean for your Azure AD? Azure AD is already compliant. But you're asking, like, if you screw up your Azure AD, then how do you know if you're out of compliance? That's a very good question. I would say, Trooper, on Wednesday, we have our IT pro friends that know all about these things. I would say join the 8 a.m. Wednesday stream with our IT pro friends, Daniel and Stefan, and they will be able to tell you how you can achieve compliance at that level. Yeah. I don't know if they are involved in the Discord channels as much, but please do reach out to them on Wednesday. Time zone is a tricky one to figure out. What's the podcast? I'll try to find out. I mean, if you send me an email, it's okay. If you send me an email, then I can forward it to them. I know that one of them is actually on holiday right now. He won't be back until the 5th. So you're not going to get any responses back before next week, but yeah, we can make it happen. Cool. Now, notebooks. .NET interactive notebooks. .NET interactive notebooks. This is probably one of the most fantastic tools I found out there. And it allows you, where is the latest announcement? Is this the latest announcement? I don't want the preview. No, that's an old one. That's a year and a half. So .interactive, that's the stream here. So with Visual Studio, you can run .NET interactively using notebooks. If you've done Python notebooks, then you know that it's pretty awesome because you can add code, you can add comments, and it will run right there and then. And there's an extension for VS Code that will add all the dependencies you need. And it's using Jupyter underneath underneath the notebook, so you don't have to see that, but it also supports for a lot of interesting scenarios. And additionally, the ability to run different things across the cells. So you can have multiple languages supported within the same .NET Interactive. It is absolutely brilliant. And the reason why I'm mentioning this is because lately what I've been doing is I have been adding .NET Interactive notebooks to all our samples. And I haven't done one for this yet. So first let's just do this. Git branch R. I only have one. Okay. Git status. I mean, I just pulled, so there should be no changes. What do I want to do? You're welcome, Trooper. Ultra Hall. Hey, welcome to stream. So I'm going to hopefully have enough time to add the .NET Interactive notebook here. So let's see. We have everything we need. Oh yeah, .NET Restore. That's what I want to do. So what we have here is exactly the same code that we generated before, and we did it through the stream. So now what we want to do is, let's see, go back here. Yep, we don't have any error messages. I want to add .NET Interactive Notebook. Now, I don't want to create it from scratch, so I'm going to copy paste it because I'm lazy. Hey, copy pasting is how we stay productive. So projects, I need to find one that has an example though. Which one has an example? Which one did I do recently? No. No, I'm looking. Just give me a second. I'll find it. No. Too many, right? Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so copy this into our current project and secure Swagger. Let's add it here. Paste. Ta-da! So it should be here. Right. Let's open it. Activating. Oh, check this out. Okay. Now there is a basic requirement that you will have to do only once. What is it? It's two probably. Right. So there's one prerequisite here that you have to go and create an app registration in your Azure AD tenant, and that could be your admin as well, that allows you to interact and authenticate with Azure AD and interact with Azure AD programmatically. So that is the only prerequisite, and for that to happen is you need to go and create a new Azure app registration that is using mobile and desktop as the platform. It for redirect, it uses the MSAL redirect. It is for a single tenant. It allows public client flows. You need to set that to true. You need to press save. And then under API permissions, you need to add the application read, write, all. This could be a restriction or a requirement that may trip you up. So you may require admin consent for this in order to be able to do it. But this requirement should happen only once. And from that point onward, you should be able to write as many interactive notebooks as you want, .NET Interactive Notebooks, to allow you to authenticate and create app registrations. So what do we have here? I topped it with 2015. That's all for me. What? Visual Studio, you're using still 2015? Dude, just go and get 2022. It's in preview, but it's freaking awesome. If you haven't tried Visual Studio 2022 yet, it's out in preview. Let me find it for you. And Visual Studio 2022 preview. There's a nice page here with a nice logo. Go and get it. .NET 6, best in telecode, and 64-bit. Super duper. I love it. Okay, so as I was saying, .NET Interactive Notebooks. So here we have, is this the, no, we can close this one. We don't need this anymore. And here we have the .NET Interactive. So it allows us to pull in any NuGet packages we want. So let's run this. Tan, tan, tan. It's usually very fast, but sometimes it takes a little bit of time. 3.2. In fact, if you're running Teams in parallel, then it goes crazy. Started with VS6. Oh, wow. Yeah, man. I started with Microsoft, what was it? Microsoft Visual Studio.net or Visual Studio.net, if I remember correctly. Right, so create an MSAL client. Next. Yes, so this is the client in my tenant that will allow me to sign in, and then get the right permissions. What? What happened? What? It was a fluke in the matrix. Did I stop sharing my screen? Interesting. Can you guys see me? Am I still there? Waits patiently for VS 2022. Oops. We're back, right? Can you see me? Can you hear me? I think I'm live. Hello message. Allow. CoPilot taking over? Yeah, you know what? It's like, what are you trying to do to me? Yeah, we're good. Okay, thanks, friends. Right, let's run this, which I've already run. Doesn't do anything. Thank you. And then we have 15 minutes to write everything. Now, create an API app registration. At this point, we say, you know what? I want to create a demo. Let's stream demo API. You pass the name, and then you have to say what kind of scope you want to give it. So here we're gonna give it a scope of, where do we add the scopes? Here. We're gonna add access the app as a user. What do you want the scope to be? Sorry, Christos, you're not allowed to do that. Next time, take the blue pill. I know. What should we name our scope? Give me some ideas. Stream.play. Ha. And then we're gonna rename this play the stream. Although, because you're gonna be using it in your app as well, let's say API.read, right? Read scope to read the API or access the API. Oh man, I should have done is it Alt 1, 2, 3, and then I can say scope to access the API. Multi-caret editing, and then go there to the end, delete that, and then obviously done. And I need to do this. If you haven't done multi-caret editing, then this is freaking awesome. Saves you time and effort inside there. So here we want to name it API.read to keep it consistent. And this is going to create an API app registration with the right scope, and it will also return the organization. So if we click on this, the first thing that will happen is we'll say you need to go and sign in order to create that. So let's go and sign in. Device login. There, enter that. And then we need the code, and the code is here, right? Let's paste this in here, and then it will ask us to authenticate, which we will, and continue. Yes, we're trying to do that. Now I've already consented, so we're signed in. And if we go back to the notebook, check this out, it's running. Oh, created it. That means that if we go back into our Azure AD now, we should be able to find an app registration with the name of Stream Demo API, and it has the right permissions. So we go and check. Are you guys curious to see what happened? Did I close my freaking AD portal again? We're getting there. Okay, let's open our app registrations. I'm so excited about this. I don't know if I've shown you this before, but it's super cool. Stream. I've got oh, there you go. Stream Demo API. Okay. So that's the one we just created. And it's D04. Let's make sure that this is the same. D04. Perfect. And now let's go into expose an API. Oh, check out this beauty. Got it. API read. Right? Now we need a front-end client app. That will be for our Swagger. And our Swagger API is going to use, is it aka.mes.ge, right? mes.ge. We're going to reverse engineer a little bit certain things here because I do not remember applications. And then I will need to find my Swagger here. You can do it. Doesn't like searching again? Of course it doesn't. Refresh the page. You can only search once. Tan, tan, tan. So the client is different. Remember, we said, so I need the, I think it's the object ID, if I remember correctly, for Graph Explorer. Let's see if it's the right one. It is indeed. It is indeed. Okay, so we'll use this information in a second to create our app registration. Required resource scopes, web is not, it isn't. It's an SPA. Perfect. Okay. So we have the main app registration, which happened here. At this point, I would urge you to copy this information. No, you don't have to, it doesn't go away. And then we need to create a service principal. If you don't do that, you will not be able to authenticate against the, you won't be able to use the API. So we're going to create the service principal for us, which is perfect. We don't need to do anything else. And now we need to create a client. Now, this is not going to be a web app client. It's going to be a single page application app registration. So let's change that. It's a single page. It's SPA, single page app registration. It's redundant. SPA. Create a client app registration for, we don't want that, for our Swagger. I know I call it Swagger. What do you guys? Do you call it Swagger or OpenAPI? I'm old school. I'm not old school. I started with that early on, so therefore I keep saying the same. I'm using the same word, Swagger, for our Swagger API UI. User signing into to Swagger. Swagger will be able to access an API, an access token for the API. We'll need to set the following two properties before running the script. Okay, so now we need to reverse engineer this a little bit, because right now it creates an app as a web app. Oh no, it was a client. It's a web app. Yes. So we don't need a web app. We need an API. No, we need a SPA. So let's put them side by side. Oh my God, this is awful. Oh, where did the results go? There. I think I need to. I don't like it. Run the query. Okay, good. It didn't redraw. Okay. So here we need to say, well, we don't need a web app. So it's not a web. I think it's an SPA. All the way at the bottom, it says SPA. Spa. New single page app, I think. I have no idea if that's the right one, but let's do it. Redirect URIs. Okay, we have the right redirect URIs. And then in here we have the required resources, which are, we have two. We have the one for our API, which is coming from the API, and one for user.reads, which is the default one for Graph. I think that's all we need, in fact. I have no idea though if that is the right. Cannot implicitly convert. Oh yes, you know what? It's because it returns what? SPA equals. Is it? Do I have anything here that says web? No, I don't have anything here that says web. It just returns an application. So yeah, it specifies settings for a single page application, including sign out URIs and redirect URIs for authorization codes and access tokens. Okay. IntelliSense is always a bit loopy here. Am I new application? Okay. It's a generic one. You know what? Screw it. Let's see what happens. Okay. Type namespace single page app could not be found. Are you missing a directive? Okay. Post. Okay. Application graph API application registration. Manage registrations and API permissions from, oh no, come on, I don't want that. I want my learn, no, I want my API, use the API, nope, API reference, thank you, applications, application, create an application, and this is usually useless. Info, because it doesn't show me how to do it with .NET. Oh, C#, there you go. Oh, really? Thanks for nothing. To add the SDK, read the SDK, create a node provider for details. No, I don't want the SDK. I want you to give me the details. So I think it's a case of figuring out what to do. And I have API automation, I think. API is like automates. Now, so what we're going to do here is we're going to use the full .NET SDK to help us out a little bit, because right now the IntelliSense inside the notebooks is not good. So what I want to do here is say identify URIs, and then I will say a single so it doesn't like that. No. CoPilot, stop messing with me. SPA. New SPA. Oh, is it new SPA? Okay. Okay, so it's a new SPA. Is it SPA? No, it's not SPA. It's API application. It's web. New web application. And what is the SPA for it? There's no SPA? How do you define the SPA now? Has anybody done it? Reply URIs, identify URIs, reply URIs, app roles. Yeah, that was the one I was doing for the app roles, but how the hell do we do SPA? Single, no. So does that count still as a web app? No, I don't want web application. I don't want a web application. I want a, right, screw it. Let's go to the source. Single tags. Okay, I don't want that. Is that the only thing? Sign in audience, publisher domain, public client, parental controls, logo, nodes, auth, require response, add-ins, API. We're not doing API. App roles, create it. There's a lot here. Identifier is device only on scope, public fallback. Display name, is that it? Did I? Oh wow. So new application. Home realm discovery, extension properties, create on behalf of web. We don't want web. Tags, we don't want webs. Assign in audience. Require resources, we know that. Public client, which is not. Oh, is it a public client? No. Because it's not defined as a public client in the... So if we look here in the Graph Explorer, we need to refresh obviously. Run the query. This is nothing about public client. In fact, parental, public client is nothing. I don't want a public client. Web, SPA. What is not like the SPA definition? Is it a different one? What is the definition for the SPA in the API? Like I would like to see the full object here. I think that's the one we're looking at, isn't it? where's the Microsoft Graph? We're before application, extensions, policies, application template. What is this? Definitely not the one that we need. Logo. Oh, that's the template. Yes, the UI look and feel. Okay. Extensions, extension property. No, I don't want extensions. Policies, token, no. Certificate secrets. You cannot create an app. Damn, I was hoping to have this done. Create application. Okay. Application, list applications. Yes, okay. Policies, property, add-ins, API, app roles, create. Display name, group memberships, ID, info, key credentials, parental controls, public client, no public client, sign, spa, oh, is it lowercase? Ooh. Is it lowercase spa? Okay, let's go back to code. So this was the, no, I don't want the book, I want the other one, which is here. I want to close this one. Is it lowercase SPA? That is weird. So what we say? SPA, no, SPA equals new SPA. It's not span. So what am I missing? What does it say here? Was it SPA application? SPA application equals new SPA. What was the property? Was it SPA? SPA, lowercase. What is it? No. Specifies the settings for a single page URI. Okay, yeah. Oh, that just explains the properties. It doesn't give us the object. I mean, I looked at the object. We looked at the application and didn't have anything about SPA, did it? Password credential. Oh, it might be a different object. SPA application graph. SPA application MS graph. Resource type. Redirect URI. No, I don't want to change the SPA application to an API. SPA application. API application. There must be, surely there must be a SPA application somewhere that we can look at. SPA, uppercase. Is it an extension library? I am being disappointed now. I am. Why does not resolve? SPA application could not be found. Are you missing a directive? Am I missing a directive? Yeah, I mean, what am I missing? You see, it's even in here, it doesn't have that setting there. Is that why? Is that oh, you know what? SPA application. No, because the SPA application is a subset of an application, as in it's a property within the application. It's an object. It's an object within the object. Applications, application, application. List applications create. I don't want that. Object. Where's the object? Properties, add-ins, API. So that's these are the properties of the of the app registration. Therefore, there should be one for SPA. Yeah, exactly. And it says SPA is a separate project. Maybe check out Windows Virtual Desktop on your Mac. What? Oh, that's for Exegate. Yeah, okay. I was like, am I missing something? So we are a little bit, I mean, web applications available. Is this under a different namespace? Microsoft Graph. Is it my SPA? And then under there, redirect URI equals that. And then what do we have for direct URI in our SPA? We had Swagger client, authentication, and we had that. So we need to add this into our code. Quote that. What am I gonna say? What can I say? This is super weird. Save and build. I wonder if it's just a... Not gonna build. It's not gonna build, I'm telling you. Yeah, obviously. Syntax error. Oh, did I miss something? Where is it? Oh yeah, comma, 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 here. Well, that's positive. It didn't cry about the... if it is intelligence, I'm gonna punch it in the face. Oh no, okay. Application does not contain definition for SPA. Really? SPA, it does contain a definition for, is it a SPA application? No, I didn't have a property for SPA. What are you talking about? Application, SPA. What? This needs further investigation. SPA, or data type, graph, it's under the same thing, SPA application. There should be an object for it. We're in V1 as well, so I'm not looking at something weird. Anyway, we're 8 minutes past our deadline, our end session. I will reach out to the graph team because this is just weirding me out now. I have no idea why there's no SPA object. SPA, is it typed differently? SPA, maybe uppercase? No, it doesn't find it as a property. Is it under web app? It has a special kind of, no, it was a separate object. You know what? Create SPA app registration for AD with .NET. Register an app. Yeah, I don't want that. With Azure AD. Yeah, this is definitely with Azure AD. I mean, everything will be just manual stuff. There's no chance somebody is using Graph. You know what? I'm gonna persist in this one. I'm not gonna let it go. Screw you. All right, okay. Let's go back to Graph Explorer. You know what? We're gonna send it. We're gonna send it. It looks like SPA application first as is lower. You think it was a typo? Let's see. Invalid expression term. Where? Where is it? Oh yeah, here. SPA maybe? I think it's this one that doesn't like it. It says there's no definition for that. SPA. We don't want to generate that. And I would expect this to be an S. Let's save this and rebuild. Application does not contain definition for SPA. Well, let's make it lowercase. Single page up. I mean, it didn't have a definition for single page spa either, a single page app either, but worth checking out much though. He's got a few tricks up his sleeve. VS Code is good enough for now, yeah. So how do I build? Namespace spa application does not contain a definition for single page app. Single page application. I'll tell you what we're gonna do. We're gonna use the Graph Explorer for this. So we're gonna grab, what do we need? What's the minimum we need for a spa? I think it's post applications. And then we need a body. And then in the body we need, what do we need? We need an app name, I think, and we need a display name. I think that's the minimum. Name. Swagger client. And then we need SPA. Redirect URI. I think it's an array, so we can just copy this. And I think that's the minimum that we'll need for now. If I can get this working with that. Come on, let me. Okay. Should we run it? Was like, am I missing a comma? Oh yeah, there's an extra error. A value is required for property display name. We had display name. It looks like SPA application first as spa lower. Oh, yeah, no. Trooper followed on Twitter. Okay. So what is it? We definitely had display name of resource application. Display name. Yes, of course it doesn't work because it was display name. Okay, it's creative. Code snippet. What the hell? So it is SPA, new SPA application. You think my code? Small type on display. Yeah, it was. Thank you, Soham P2. You rock, man. Okay, so we will follow what Graph Explorer says. That. And obviously we don't want app roles, but for now it's fine. He doesn't like this, I'm telling you. There's something missing. Application does not contain a definition for, oh yeah, I didn't save, damn it. Forget save every single time. Application does not contain a definition for spa. I know you don't contain a definition for spa, so why am I spa? Are you missing that? You know what? Do I need to, am I using an old version of Graph? What's the latest version of Graph? NuGet.org, Microsoft.graph. Latest version is 4.0 preview. Should we go to preview? Are we brave enough to do it? Screw it, let's do it. Everything preview, right? Restore. No, friends. Go to preview, everything breaks. Yeah, I suspect that everything will break, but it's fine. Terminating projects to restore, it's thinking about it. Okay, 24 people are looking for a person who can code. Bring it on, bud. This is what we do on stream. We learn together. So, Legendary, I appreciate your comments, buddy. anytime you can jump on the stream with us, shoot an email, 45show@microsoft.com, and come and show us how it's done. All I see is a beard. Why don't we prepare before the streams? We were prepared before the streams, but sometimes we hit Rockstar. You're here, man. Thanks for joining us. Sometimes we stumble across issues, and once we solve the problem, then we put a blog post and we get other people to be unblocked. So we go through the learning process together. But I appreciate your stuff. I mean, we could be super polished, right? I could just bring the code and show you how it's done, right? But then again, if that's something that you want, you might want to look my YouTube channel where everything is done and dusted in a few minutes. Because developers can prepare before the code, doing it live. They're like, hey, go and write this calculator up. And people are like, yeah, okay, let me bring my previous library. I mean, if you have a library, super awesome. But it's usually, like, that's how I work. I have to research the problem. If I get stuck, then I will go and do Google searches and speak to people and find the problem and learn from it. We were doing it live, Rockstar. You're absolutely right. You should have seen Rockstar struggling with Puppeteer. Do you manage to get your problem sorted, buddy? Are you deploying? Yeah? Have you managed to deploy that Puppeteer? Because I totally thought that Puppeteer was Puppet. I was like, dude, why are you using Puppet? It's not 2004. And Rockstar, he goes, yeah, I fixed the problem. By the way, Puppeteer is a JavaScript library, nothing to do with Puppet. Stand corrected. So let's see. Don't build. God damn it! Oh, hey, we found the problem. It was an older version of the library that did not support SPAs. Problem solved. How about that? How about them apples, legendary? We solved the problem. However, this is using a very forward preview version of Graph. I'm gonna go back and see if there are other mainstream versions that do not require a preview. So there's why don't we prepare? Okay. Now I don't need to run on service. Yeah, you know what? I need to jump on your stream and see what you're doing. And I hope you find a role. So Rockstar has moved to the other side of the world. Super brave person, and single pane of failure. I mean, yeah. And he's currently working from Asia, I think, and he stumbled across some issues. So I truly hope that you managed to get it sorted, buddy. I know how stressful it can be. Trust me, I've been there, done that. Okay, so we have that. Let's see version history. I want to see what is before 4.0. 3.35, 17 days ago. Let's do 3.35. And then if it doesn't work, then we can go back to 3.35.0. Let's save that and let's restore and see if that solves the problem. Are there LTS library versions, or always must I use up-to-date libraries? Like, ideally, you want to be at the latest version of your libraries. Microsoft Graph has an evergreen, if you want to call it. There's the version 1 of Graph, which is the mainstream. It has all the main features. And then there's a preview for that, which is with things that are coming. And then there's also Microsoft Graph preview. So there's Microsoft Graph beta. So the beta one is the one that they're experimenting everything. They're putting all the new features there, but it's a beta, so there's no expectation. So the LTS is the Graph version 1, and then they release new versions of that library every so often. So let's see what will happen with this. I'm surprised it was the library version, by the way. Okay, so the 3.35 is the one that we can use. So if we go back into our notebook now, I say, and let's make this larger. Let's change the dependencies here. 3.35. Which one's here? 3.35. Interesting. Sorry, should be 3.35 here. So I need to save this and rerun it. So I hope that answers your question, DALP0019. We got the latest library. So now if we come down here to create our SPA, yes, on this one, we will probably get what we want, although there might be a duplicate in the name now. So let's name this, oh no, doesn't the automation, so that'll be Swagger client number 2. Oh, where is it? Is this the API Swagger? Yeah, so here we need to change the redirect URI from that to be the one that we need. And that will be here. Let's grab that for our Swagger. Very MVP for my current solution though. Yeah, man, MVPs are the way to do it, right? Splastop for remote access. Man, you guys are so... Like, you're using things that I had no idea what they mean. Splastop. It's like log me in, which sounds cool. So, no, that's the wrong project. Let's close this one down. Thank you for helping us out. My trusty old project. Redirect URI is here. And then we're saying client app registration, get the application. So this should be, what do we, oh, I closed it down. Did I close that down? Where is it? You know what? We have the Graph Explorer still up there. So we can get it from here. SPA, there you go. We can copy that and then put it in here, single page up. And that should be the redirect URI, which we're passing here. And require resources. Yes, we want that. Need a comma here. Thank you. And I think we're good to go. Let's make it slightly more concise. Save this. And then fingers crossed, we can run it. Oh, done. Done, done, and done. We do not need a client secret because it is using the, so let's edit this, delete that. What do I have here? Add a client secret. We don't need the secret. We don't need the password credential, and we're not doing a daemon. See, I had a daemon as well, different scenarios. And, you know, we would copy this information into our code, which will be here, into our startup. That would go in here in the auth client ID, and we're done. Right now, all I need to do is just make sure that we did in fact create those app registrations and they're correct. So if I, let's refresh this one. Let's search for Swagger again. And we have the Swagger client too. Interesting. We're able to create two of the same name. Okay. And then in here, it will say authentication is an SPA. Perfect. And in the API permissions, it will say API direct. Done. There you go. Hey, hello. Well done, the dev. Welcome to the stream. Just as we're about to wrap things up, we have a few friends that are currently streaming. So we have our friend James Montemagno, and we have Cesar Fritz and our friend Instafluff as well. So while I am trying to sign into my stream manager, and I may have to do that, are there any questions from you guys I can help you with? Oh, all right, nice. I didn't have to change. Cool. Christos, you want to build some auth with me live? Oh man, anytime. I would love to. Let me know when. When and where. What are we building? What do you want to build? Other than a snowman. It's too hot in your part of the world to build a snowman, and it's too hot over here as well. Yeah, I'm gonna figure it out what I want. Yeah, let me know. You have my email, you have my Twitter, you have everything I use. TikTok, Instagram, whatever, you can hit me up. Similar to last time, but something with sign in with Twitter or something. I don't know. Yeah, man, we can definitely do that. In fact, we can light up all the identity providers. You can have Google, Twitter, Facebook. People can come in with whatever they need. We can even do tweets, because I know that your app is about tweets, right? Is that not what you're using? You're using tweets, right? I'm gonna get into the MSFT streams again as well. Yeah, we're definitely gonna be calling you. Oh yeah, we can sign in with tweets. In fact, I have a couple of blog posts that show you how to use tweets with B2C. So we can have everything. In fact, we might even be able to use TikTok, because I know that your things are doing tweets to TikTok. Is that the app? Am I giving too much away? TikTok developer API. InstaFluff serverless tweets auth is so slick. Oh yeah, well we're gonna jump to InstaFluff then. Okay, tweets to TikTok. Yeah, guys, go and check Rockstar's new venture. It's super cool. It's tweets.co. Let me just highlight this, because oh damn it, I can't highlight URLs on Restream. I don't know why. Okay, I put it on both channels so people will have it. And in fact, we can do, I think TikTok also provides OAuth 2 support. I don't even have TikTok OAuth 2. TikTok OAuth 2. TikTok make your day. No, I don't want to log in. What are you talking about? It's under Quick Start. Okay. Anything about authentication? Download sound login. Oh, login kit. Ooh, check out. User disconnected. User info. Does it web? What does it say? Oh, they have a library, I suspect, that we can download. Dumb question. An IT guy told me if he auto-enrolled via GPO, a client cert, it would create a different cert on each box and not work. Is that true? Oh, Electron? Yes, we can use Node for that, dude. Node.js. So I do have a front end I can use. Wait, I'm using Electron as a desktop app, right? Am I wrong? We have Node.js support. Anyway, Rockstar is a legend. He's a legend. He's a pretty cool dude. He did a fantastic stream for us as well. Initial redirect to TikTok's authorization page. There you go. They have a client key, scopes, redirect URI. Yes. You know what? Oh man, we're doing this. It's creating a state. Okay, so it's creating a random state. I think they expect state. If you don't pass the state, it will just barf out. We're gonna do TikTok with B2C. What do you guys say? We should do that as well. I'll bugger JP for that. All right, we rated him before. Exactly, we rated him before, and he's a pretty cool dude. I don't know what times he streams now, because he's in a different time zone. But for now, I would say let's go and stream our very good friend InstaFluff. Thanks everyone for sticking with me. It was fun seeing me struggle there to figure out why these things were not working. We worked it out in the end. I would say I look forward to seeing you all back on Tuesday. JP will be back with us as well. Hopefully a little bit more darker in the skin. I don't know if he's gonna be red or brown. And have a lovely 4th of July if you're celebrating. If you're not celebrating, have a fantastic weekend. Enjoy the weather. And there will be a blog post plus a GitHub repo with everything that we built today. In fact, before we do the raid, let's clear out the workbook and then let's commit it. We don't have any secrets here, which is cool. But you know what? I noticed that it actually clears all outputs. It will keep the cell outputs as clear cell outputs. And that's us. So let's save this and then let's commit it and push it so you guys can go and have fun. Git add, git status, git connector payload.json. Did I add all these things? New file renamed JWT validation policy.json. Okay. And oh, wait a minute. I am in the wrong thing. Okay. Secure git status, git add. Yeah, that's only one file that we changed. Git commit. Glad you got it. Yeah, man, hit me up. I'll come back and listen in and see how you're doing. This is for we're done. We're done. We managed to fix everything, and therefore, what is the GitHub URL? Just give me a second, my friend. What was like added .NET interactive notebook git push, and the repo is here. I will add it to the chat as well, and then we're gonna rate our very good friend InstaFluff because he rocks. There you go. Enjoy. Thank you very much for sticking with me. It was super fun, and we did something different this time. So I'll see you soon. Right, let's rate that channel. InstaFluff. Yep. Raid. Cool. Have a lovely weekend, everyone. And I will see you all soon.